think when anybody gets a cancer diagnosis, the first thing that goes through their mind is the fear. Who wants to go home thinking about dying every day for 7 months? You're so fear-stricken that whatever they're telling you is sticking in your head. Thought, if I have 7 months to live, let me die right now. We lived across the street from a lake. I had a beautiful family, a loving husband. Kids were always happy. And lo and behold, in 2007, he was diagnosed with cancer. He went downhill very fast. Basically, in 9 weeks, he had passed away. Now I find myself alone, and my children are all, they're out of college and they're already living out of the home, and there I was in this big house by myself. So in 2013, I made the big move. In 9 weeks, up and left and came to Sierra Vista, Arizona, and everybody said, "What are you doing?" There was something pulling me to Arizona. Bought a small house, thought I would be single and by myself in this little house for the rest of my life. So I met a wonderful man online. Yes, we met online. And we both feel there was something greater than both of us putting us together. A year later, we were married. And we bought another house, and we had a beautiful house to work on, and we just loved being out there. So I was busy. I was a busy person. I was a happy person, and I thought I was a very healthy person. And 6 months after our marriage, I was diagnosed with cancer. Every word used to describe it was die, fatal, uncurable. Anything that would just devastate you to the point of, how could this happen? How could this possibly happen? The first doctor I went to told me I had 7 months to live. I thought, if I have 7 months to live, let me die right now. Who wants to go home thinking about dying every day for 7 months? But of course, my new husband, being the wonderful man that he is, said, "Baby, we are in this together." My husband and I had both prayed and prayed and prayed, and the fear of chemo was so great for me that I really didn't want to do it, but I was afraid not to. Well, I know a lot of my friends tried to talk me into it, and they said, "You're gonna die if you don't do chemo." So we did a lot of reading on it, and it sounded really scary. And the day before I was supposed to start chemo, I called him and I said, "I'm not doing this." I just felt a great sense of peace, and that kind of put me on a much better path in my own brain as far as the fear subsiding a little bit. I knew I had to do something more. So my husband started looking at more options online, and we started finding clinics in Mexico. And of course, my first reaction was, "I'm not going to Mexico." So we started to read more and more and more and more. And it seems like all the naturopath doctors and all the holistic doctors, they all believe that the Lord is a factor in our healing. And so did we. We contacted Hope4Cancer. In September of 2016, I went to the clinic for 3 weeks. The atmosphere was a very healing atmosphere. It was across the street from the ocean, and we would walk out there and just take in the wonderful essence of being outside and air and God and just the whole healing process. In January of 2017, I went back for my 3-month checkup, and all of my blood numbers had improved greatly. We were totally rejoicing in the Lord and just so thrilled that natural treatments did, what we were hoping they would do. And of course, we never gave up faith. Everybody said the answer will come to you. The answer did come to me. I remember the doctor telling me, because I was so concerned with my blood numbers with my cancer, he held my hand and he said, "We don't treat numbers, we treat people." And I was waiting to hear that from some doctor at some point, and I realized it was never going to happen with conventional medicine. So cancer has really changed my life. I have an amazing life. I have an amazing husband. I can't say enough about what it's done for me. I wake up every day praising the Lord. I don't think my life would have been this good hadn't I been diagnosed with cancer. I know the treatments and the path I chose was the right path for me. I know when I walk in that door, they're going to embrace me and they're going to remember me. They remember. I don't think they forget anybody. And there's no feeling like that in the world. It's just a wonderful feeling. I mean, to know that there is hope. I am hope, and I am hope for cancer.